welcome to my channel. Welcome to something very different for me. I am doing a create with me. I'm winging it a bit. I have a little bit of prep done. I have quite a bit of prep done. I've organized what I've got out here in front of me. And yeah, we're going to do some cover minders, needle minders, and I'm going to make what I hope turn out to be scissor fobs. I have a retreat coming up in a couple of weeks, and part of that is a smalls gift exchange, and my aim for that has been scissor fobs and a needle minder, or a scissor fob and a needle minder, and yeah, we'll see how we go. Now, housekeeping. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Please click like if you like what I'm doing. Drop me a comment and ring the bell for the notification when I upload videos. And don't forget you've got Patreon too. Yeah. I also have the coffee if you would like to give just occasionally. It's actually down that corner. But if you would like to support my channel, there is coffee if you would like to buy me a coffee or whatever value you dictate yourself, to be honest. I have got the membership, which is just a small support me membership on YouTube. I also have the Patreon support me, $3 a month, or the vlog if you want to get the behind the scenes, brain ticking, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's all of those kind of things if you'd like to financially support the channel. Otherwise, the likes and the comments are really, really beneficial. Yes. Are we ready? And you can see what I've got. I will try and show you each one in a little bit of detail, and then we will go from there. All right. So I've got my magnets already laid out on my tray, and these are what I'm going to be converting to cover minders. So there's this, and I know there is a particular artist. I think it's actually upside down. Well, is it? It could go either way, to be honest. This is going to be a little bit tricky. We'll see how we go with this wacky idea. And then we've got a dragonfly. Dragonfly! I've got the chipmunk to my side. I've got some plant thing. I don't know if it's a real plant. Because it's stitching related, I've gone for the tape measure. I actually have a lot of Harry Potter stuff, and I kind of thought, oh, the girls who are at this are not exactly young, probably not Harry Potter fans. The hedgehog, well, is it a hedgehog? I'm not sure. It looks like just a furry thing. That belongs to that one. Then we've got a book saying, go away, I'm busy with the cat ears, which is kind of cute. I've got lots of cat stuff as well. And then I have no idea what I'm doing. The story of today. Alright, I have a vague idea what I'm doing. The other tip, or not tips and tricks, the other bits and pieces I've got are beads. I've got some tiger eye beads. I've got some black web jasper. And these are quite weighty little beads. And I've also then got some Amazonite, or, well, yeah, I think that's how you say it. I've got my threads, I've got my connectors, I've got other connectors, and I've got a little dangly bell. And then I've got these, which are going to be my kind of joiner filler beads and stuff. So that's the general plan. Let me get you so you can actually see. We're going to deal with the magnets first, though, because this is glue and I want to keep it in a contained zone. Alright, now, I know people have asked before in the groups, how do people go about making cover minders? What do they use and that kind of thing? Well, people pretty much use badges, whatever you want to call them. and you kind of go from there. They don't have to be metal, although a lot of these are actually metal, and they're sticking to the magnet anyway. And you just get these out of the bags, and then we'll cannibalize them, if that's the right term. We're going to break them basically, and turn them into flat backs so that the magnets can actually stick onto them properly. See, that sticks. I have tried to size my magnet per item as well. Like I said, I've got all the prep work kind of done for this project. I'm not saying this is the only way you can do it. I'm just saying this is the way I am doing it today. We're going to learn together. I don't know how much of my face and the horror of what I'm doing. Alright. Great. The 3-year-old has a fish. Now this one's going to be tricky, but it will work potentially with fabric because this is curved. So you can see the curve there. I'm planning on putting 2 magnets on this though, so that you can either, well, I was thinking of putting 2 magnets. I may not, but that was the general gist of it. Alright, tools. Now, they're just jewelry pliers. They are from Ali, and what I need is 1 to grip the piece and 1 to snap. And the next one, oh, that's going to be tricky because it's slightly better weld there. Oh goodness, I don't want to have to call on the muscles. That would be the husband. Come on. There we go. Alright, so the rubbish goes down. Let's get the backs off all of these. Oh. I'm going to cushion this one because I don't want to scratch the surface. So that's just a bit of felt from a pen. Pinching the back. And just metal fatigue. It is a little bit prouder than I would like, but it might be enough. Okay, next. See how easy some of these come off. Oops. That went flying. Oh my goodness. Alright, don't forget to slide your magnets rather than they're curved. I'm going to go for my flat ones. Oh, here we go. I have more of these. Sorry. I'm the kind of person who has tools.
I know, right? Your husband keeps stealing your screwdriver.
Yeah, my husband does keep stealing my tools. And he never puts things back where I need them to be. See how we go with those. Are we there yet? Alright. I was going to try telling stories while I'm doing this, but I don't know how well that's actually going to go. It's a little rubber back I need to get under. I just want to keep these pins protected. Oh, that came off nice. Because the whole thing came off there. Sophie's going to get into all kinds of strife. Ooh. Let me get the other flat one. You do need a fair bit of strength to do this kind of snapping. So if you don't have the hand strength, it's probably not something that you're going to be able to manage. Just not to say anyone can't actually do this, but you do need, depending on the weld, you may need a little bit of oomph or chutzpah. Is that one of the terms? Yes, thank you. Yes, but you don't want to damage the enamel front. Now, you do also need to be mindful. Some of these magnets that you can get off AliExpress, for instance, are actually copyright breaches. So if you do decide you want to buy these, sell these, you do need to be a little bit careful. Not everything is open slather for use. Now, I'm not 100% happy with the fact that there are lumpy bits on this, and I haven't thought far enough as to what to do with them. That's coming on. That is actually pulling off though. Oh, goodness. See, I might need to sand those. And I didn't bring sanding stuff. There we go. It's maybe a little bit better, but let's see if we can get that tiny. There we go. That's okay. Perseverance wins. Alright. What was I going to say? I had a couple of things. I've had to write them down because otherwise I'm going to forget to tell you. Last night is, well, for me, Saturday night for us is pizza night, and I went past the front door, and as I call them over here, the giant mice were outside, and I will insert a bit of a video of wallabies next door. So there is this, it's baby season. It's kind of like big Joey season at the moment. I'm not sure how old these things are, but they're fully furred and reasonable sized. And there was a wallaby at the front door eating Mocha's food last night. And I called Sophie out of his bowl, and I called Sophie, and she came running to the front door, and the wallaby has sprung off to wherever it was going. And the next thing I know, Mocha's there, you know, within seconds, and I don't know if he was eating out of the bowl with the wallaby or standing off to the side, horrified that a wallaby was eating his food. And I was like, or he was sharing. It was just unreal. The timing was uncanny, and it was just like, what on earth is going on? So that was all kinds of weird. But seeing this wallaby sitting there, side on, so I'm looking at the side of the wallaby with the belly hanging down, you know, full of medium-sized Joey. It was just incredible. And this is, you know, suburbia, right outside the front door, like, you know, within a meter of the front door. Like, we're in here, TV is on, people chattering, people walking up and down the hall, and this wallaby is outside. In saying that, the video clip that I'm going to show you, you actually see where one of the wallabies goes under the hedge to go and have a bit of a sleep. And that's in the back garden of our next door neighbour. It's just unreal. Okay. Oh no, I think, I don't think I tried this one. Don't know. if I'm going to...
Yeah, okay, mine?
Yes, thanks.
Okay, no, fine.
Alright, I think that will do. What I might end up doing is having the magnet off to the side on some of these. That's not ideal because that's much, much bigger. I really want to get rid of that. Problems, problems, problems. Don't know how I'm gonna... Yeah, don't know how I'm gonna do that. Maybe my... Stop! Maybe I can file it. I'll see how I go. Alright. Get that away. We've just had daylight savings turnover. We've actually lost an hour's sleep as a result. Last night we had pizza and I ended up sleeping on the couch because I could not get to sleep. It wasn't very nice, but I'd gone to bed early for me, and yeah, could not get to sleep, so I got back up again. Yeah, wasn't impressed. That's not working very well. I might have to steal one of hubby's metal files. I know.
I like it,
What
Mommy.
did you do?
I haven't done anything yet.
Metal files. You mean the diamond-coated ones?
Oh yeah, the diamond coated files. Yeah, even better.
What did you do with it?
What did I do with what?
The diamond-coated file.
I don't have one.
I thought you said you stole one.
No, I said I might have to steal one.
What do you think you're doing?
Filing?
Well, you're filing what?
Piece of metal?
No. No. Depends. I might give you a metal file for that.
Ow. That might do.
No, you
Yes.
randomly pick up my diamond-coated
Yes,
file,
dear.
anything?
Yes, dear.
Wow.
He's overly protective. Alright, let's get sticking. Let's see if we can get sticking. No, oh no.
I
There's
like
one more.
another cut.
Okay. Shh.
But no, on your stuff anymore. Mommy, there's an ant on your stuff. And I was.
And
There's an ant on my mommy and my stuff.
oh no.
I need to get an ant out.
Trying to get this off.
Mommy, there's an ant on your stuff.
Okay, Sophie. Alright.
I don't like ants. They're disgusting.
Ants are disgusting. Who knew?
Yeah. I don't want to eat ants.
No, nobody wants to eat ants.
No.
Okay. Alrighty. I want a good flat surface. That's the main thing. Now, the glue that I have is just a super glue from AliExpress. You will put some down, slide, oh, or not. Now that being, okay, there we go, nice and flat. It is off to the side, and that's not necessarily a problem because then the needle could even tuck in underneath. Now this one, what I might try and do, my intention was to put one of these behind. They are quite big. I might leave that for a second. I might get a smaller one out for that one. Oops. Don't do that. Don't. All kinds of unstable. Alright, now this one's gonna sit up a bit. No. This one may not work the way I want it to. But we'll see how we go. No, I don't want you sticking up. might do. Okie dokie. Next one. Next. Oh, it is so unstable. It's crazy. This one has a very, very uneven surface. So I'm going to hold that for just a second. And it's also got an awful lot of glue. Glue. So we're going to dry up the excess. And now we can stick it back down. Alright, let's do the hedgehog. See, the process is reasonably quick. Please stop. Ooh, don't go running away. There we go. Hubby actually has a trick for quick drying and instant sticking. I don't think I'm going to need to try it here because these are all going to sit for quite a while. Okay. Now this one's going to be tricky because of the holes. And it's not magnetic. So, thinking, I think I'm going to glue the magnet. Pause for effect. There we go. So it's stuck enough, and then it's going to rest. And this one is metal, and I'm going to do similar. Oop. Let it sit. Hopefully it's not going to stick on the tray. Now this one's going to have to go off to the side. Please stop, Sophie. You're interfering. Okay. Okie dokie. I think, well, let's give this one a go. No, I'm going to go for the smaller magnets. Where did I put them? No, I've put them away. They're too hard to play with. They're very, very hard to play with. I'm not going to stick that one right now. I will do that maybe when I'm off camera. Alright, I'm going to let all of those sit and then we're going to play with them afterwards. Let's get this. Wipe the top. Lid on. Leave alone. Sophie has dropped something under my feet. Okie dokie. We're going to put this away. Don't touch, Sophie. Don't touch. Okay. I was putting my, closing my drawer and it crunched the side off my tray. I was like, aha! So I've got to see if I can glue that too. Okay. You ready for some beading? I'm scared. I'm actually quite scared. I have a vague idea what I'm doing. Not an awful lot though. Okie dokie. Here is my tray. And the plan would be we're going to lay out some beads. We're going to create the line of what we're going to do. And then we're going to string it. Does that make sense? This is just fishing line I got ages ago. It says $195. I think I paid $10 for it. I have no idea how much is left on the reel. I just went into the fishing store ages and ages ago. I can't even remember what I was buying it for. It was some kind of project that I was crazy enough to want. Yeah. Okay, so toys. I need one of those. Shh. I need the ring. Ooh.
I need a ring.
These have been playing with magnets. They've magnetized.
Magnet.
Shh. She's all kinds of excited. I need one of these.
Ooh,
I may use one of those. Here, let me. Ready. Yeah. Tiny little jingle. Alright, so we're going with the silver theme. So we'll get one of these as a spacer. Now, if any of you have bead trays, you know all about this kind of stuff already. So I'm not trying to teach you how to suck eggs. I'm just playing. I've not actually done beading. I've done jewelry making. I might do 2 of those. I've done jewelry making, but that was more twisting links and things like that. And again, I have no idea how long we're going to make this. Scissor fob length is usually, they're usually about 4 inches long. There is no given, it must be this length or anything else though. I'm actually going to get out another tray.
Oh, whippy.
Because I need to select colours, and there are an assortment of colours in this one. Hubby has actually created something that we don't actually use all that often, but it's a bead creation that he did with his eldest many moons ago, and it was basically this double helix on the ceiling, and it does all kinds of funky lights with fiber optics and everything else. So all these beads are the leftovers from that creation. And you can see the kind of bulk you buy these in. Oh, beading. I did actually do some beading for my dad's wedding outfit. I made my jewellery to go with my dress, and it was mustard yellow and green, and yeah, it was cool. It was fun creating. I don't know if the string is going to fit through these. They might be too small. This is the other thing we need to consider. Whether or not the string will fit. I don't... it should fit the seed beads. Let's just throw some out. And I might actually, they're very similar in shade, I won't use those. Hang on, wrong one. See, I'm just throwing these into the tray, and then we go and pick and choose. Okay, piece of string. I've got purple as well, and I've got the green. That is actually much thicker than my fishing line. I think I'll go with the fishing line. Okay, get them out of the way, and hopefully Sophie does not knock them flying. Here's hoping. Okay, this does heat shrink to seal as well. So I do have my flamethrower, my candle sticky thing. Okie dokie. We will start. Okay.
what?
Tools. Okay, now. The first one holds the beads on. So we're going to thread this through, and that's the bottom. Ooh, where's the camera? There we go. So that's threaded onto this little stick, and then this is going to have maybe, let's go with a clear. Yeah, I think that will work. And then we're going to hold that and we're going to curl it round. Okay, so let me zoom you in and I can show you. Okay, so it's just curled around, and that's where the string is going to connect to. And we'll see if we can get this to work with what my brain is kind of thinking. Let me just squish this. Hang on. I need to hold you from twisting. Stop twisting.
Stop twisting.
I know.
Never want my ruler again. And that's
there we go.
dangerous.
Alright, so that's closed. Now, I've got my piece of string. And pretty much the secret with the string is fisherman's knots. Okay, with the string, fisherman's knots. Alright, so I'm going to cut the length with my scissors. How not to cut string. Oh, these scissors do not like this string. Alright, now this is the, I'm sure you've all seen these before. It's just to seal it. I actually burnt my finger.
Like that again.
Burnt my finger last week because I did something stupid. Okay, so this goes through, and a fisherman's knot is like this. So you get lots of slack. You go around 1, 2, 3, or at least this is how I do my fisherman's knots. 1, 2, 3. Actually go 1 more. So you've got the 3 loops. Goodness me. Thread down the whole.
Tweezers.
I could use tweezers, yes, but I'm using the pliers.
Pliers?
Can't see what I'm doing.
I mean
Sorry.
pliers.
Shh. I would be better off actually using the 2 sets of pliers here because my hands are getting in the way. Sophie, you are getting frustrating because you are not listening.
Sorry. That was playing with my ruler.
Mm-hmm.
I like my egg too, but not for rulers. That's only for...
Okay. Cut that.
Snap.
Okay. Now what you end up doing is you slide the knot down and it tightens on itself. Okay? And hopefully well, even a drop of glue on that will stop it from coming apart. And I will shorten that when I'm finished. All right, now some fillers. So we'll get one like this, because this has, it's still magnetized, it's funny. This actually has a kind of bevel top, so it will actually cover the little loop that little bit more, sort of. I'll work it so that it actually does hide it in a better format. There we go. Yeah, I think that will kind of work. All right, now to choose some beads. Well, we'll see how we go with whether or not we can do this without the beading needle. I will squash this just a bit though, because it's quite fat. All right. Anyway, how have you been? I will mention, while I'm thinking of it, Halloween pre-orders on Diamond Art Club site. If you're interested in any of those, I am going to need the bead needles. Please go check out Diamond Art Club and see what they've got. They are very Halloween themed, but there are some really gorgeous designs. Like they're witchy, they're pumpkin-y, and all that kind of thing. These are bead needles. You may have seen them when I bought them back on a floss tube. They basically have an eye that goes the length of the needle. Okay, but what it's going to do is it's hopefully going to pull the string through. So I'm just going to catch that in the end. I'll see how it goes. It may not work quite the way I hope to, but we'll see. We'll see. I used it for... no. Okay, that's not going to work. Thinking. Because that's too big. Thinking. I need a better scissors, I think, than that little one.
Whoa, white, blue.
It really does not like cutting this thread. Oh dear. This might not work in quite the way I wanted it to. While it's still warm. Squish.
Blow it.
No, I don't want to blow it.
Get it tall.
That's way too big. That's not gonna work. See if my other scissors is gonna work.
Big scissors are big.
Nope.
Oh, the blue.
Gosh.
Blue. Green.
Even a bit of tension doesn't help.
Blue. Green.
Okay, this might be a failure. I don't know. Because this, well, actually, what I might do, and it will work just as well, would be to use invisible thread. Let's see if we can do it without the needle, because the only other thing to do would be to...
Run.
Shh. That's not good. No. Okay, we'll get rid of the needle. Put that back in here. Okay, I think with the fiber optics is actually... Shh. Is actually firm enough that you can thread without too much issue. This might work for some of the bigger beads, but not for the smaller. No, because that's completely spread. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think I'm winning. I have changed my method, and I'll see how this goes. What I may have ended up doing is speeding up that last bit of footage because I fumbled and changed the string that I'm using and all of that kind of stuff. So now I'm pretty much just trying to stack and see if this will work. Well, we'll wait and see. Wait and see what this kind of creates. Yeah, these are all different shapes. I think these are glass beads. They're all different sizes. Yeah, you just need to thread them on and drop. You don't have to worry about anything just yet. This is invisible thread that I'm using. It's not very thick. That's my only hesitation with wanting to use it, but it does seem kind of strong enough, so long as it doesn't get too much harsh treatment. And I am thinking of actually threading it back down the length, so we'll see how we go. I'm sure I could actually use the bead needle for these because the thread is so thin, but look at that! Look, I have a thing. Lots to go. She's spinning quite nicely. Let's go with the big one. This is where the planning out could work better. I'm not 100% happy with oops, with the threading. Well, no, the threading is okay. We'll see how we go. Yeah, look, it's a random thing. It is a gift. And it is something I would definitely put on my project bags, even as a zip kind of fob. Let's go for another biggie. Might need a flat one for that. So, could use fingers, but fingers get in the way, particularly when you've got useless fat nails. But I don't mind using tools. Using the trays like this is all kinds of cool. We're getting there. I think we'll go with some more of those clears. What have I got? That is that's a broken one. Right. I was gonna say, that's a very odd shape. This morning I was randomly choosing a movie on Binge, and it's a streaming service if you're not already familiar with it. I've been binge watching NCIS on it, but I wanted something, you know, just a little bit different this morning after my well, it wasn't even disturbed night. I actually slept okay on the couch. I had my weighted blanket on me on a really low heat, and once I got over whatever the indigestion or discomfort was, it didn't really feel like indigestion. It just felt like I had the pizza not being digested, and just felt quite kind of heavy. I'd gone to bed early. This is what really pisses me off. The one night I choose to go to bed early and I can't get to sleep, and I was exhausted, and yeah, it was just, oh my goodness. Yeah, just really frustrating. I just wanted a good night's sleep. Hadn't had a good night's sleep the last couple of nights, and it was just like, oh, can we get there? So I ended up coming back out to the lounge, putting on NCIS low volume, and I think we're done. Yeah, I think we're done. Okay. Now we've got to look at finishing. I think how are we going to finish? Pop one of these on. Gosh, I feel like I need a magnifier. I think we'll take a ring. Now I have two options. I did actually think of using one of these, which is an earring. And basically just tying it off on that loop, and then you can clip it onto something, maybe even a needle. But you could clip it onto a zip. Yeah, I think I might do that. And I might add one of these so that you can tie it. Oh, no, maybe not. No, maybe I'll just do this. Yeah, I'll just do this. Yeah, so, sorry, back to the movie. So yeah, had to, you know, put the movie on, and, or not the movie, sorry, the NCIS on last night, and got tired enough sitting propped up to then go to sleep. So it was a little bit better. This morning, though, for something just a bit different, Marcus wasn't up yet, I put on a movie that came up on Binge, on the kind of feed, if you want to call it that, and it was called Selma. Now, I don't know if you've watched Selma. I'm not sure if you're familiar with history, or how familiar you are with Martin Luther King's journey, maybe? No. But he... No. Talking Sophie. He basically went to Selma as part of his human rights campaign trail, and chose it to be the town to make the most difference to get the black vote. And I was watching and crying at the complete inhumanity that existed 50 years ago, you know, within lifetimes. And it was just heartbreaking seeing people who were just walking being bludgeoned and beaten and you know, trying to have something that we take for granted now, to the point where people don't bother exercising that right, and arrogantly shirking the responsibility that's been placed in our hands by people like Dr. King and everyone else who stood with him on that day, or those days, because it was a 3-day event that you know, they marched on day 1, they got the crap beaten out of them. They marched on day 2 and stopped, and then on day 3 they got to march all the way from Selma to Montgomery, which was the intention all along. And yeah, it was just horrific that they didn't have this right beforehand. And I know there were many countries that are like this. We've got, you know, the Indian caste system in India, and you've got indigenous people wiped out in Tasmania, in Australia. There's apartheid in South Africa. There's all these kind of humanity atrocities. Where are you coming out? And it's just heartbreaking that it still continues. And you know, some of the church movements that I was a part of talk about slavery in our day, and there's still slavery in our day. Back when it was a big thing, it was said to be 27 million. I think they're saying the figure is higher now again. You know, it's just, we're horrible to each other. And I don't know that there's any reason for it, for this hatred. You know, maybe to an extent it comes from our forefathers being you know, European, I don't know, German heritage in the 19th century, 20th century, but the time of the war, as immigrants going to the States. They brought the baggage from Germany of their attitudes to the Jews or to minorities, all of that kind of thing, and that all went over to the States. These were all the founding nations of America. They were a significant race and still are in South Africa. You know, the Dutch, the Boers, all of that kind of thing. I don't get it. I don't get hatred of a race for the sake of hatred. Yeah, it's just one of those heavy subjects. But yeah, Selma had me crying. And I know it's just a movie, but it was brutal. And I think it's brutal in its truth and reality and all of that kind of thing. Yeah, and I know, like, even the people who hate, they wouldn't want hatred spewed at them. You know, but I don't know, maybe they're just more willing to fight. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get the mentality. Maybe it's good that I don't get the mentality. You know, I don't know that I would hate somebody just for the color of their skin. That doesn't make any sense. Like, I won't like you because you might do something, but I don't, not just for the way you look. I mean, where do people get off thinking that they're better than somebody else? You know, we're skilled at different things. We're not better. The whole Jewish Nazi attitude to the Jews. The Jews were phenomenal business people. They had, you know, families and work ethics, and you know, handicapped people were innocent. You know, disabilities, you know, you don't choose how you're born, and yet they were murdered because they were disabled, handicapped, whatever politically correct term you want to use, because they didn't walk and talk like the Aryan Germans. That'd be the blonde and blue-eyed kind of super race. I don't have the answers. All I have are the questions. Anyway, I don't know how much of my ramblings I will leave in on that one. It's probably contentious topics. Marcus is shaving. It's daylight savings, if I haven't already mentioned daylight savings. Daylight savings for us means that the winter beard gets to take a holiday. He grows a beard seasonally. It's what we decided he would do. When we met, because we met online, his handle at the time was beard optional. And with the beard optional, hang on, let me hook this. With the beard optional handle, he said, what do you want me to do? He had a goatee or something, and then it was like, you know, well, we could try this. And he said, well, I'm happy to grow a beard during the winter and shave it in the summer, and you know, you can design the beard during the winter. And it was like, yeah, cool, because I don't mind the beard or otherwise. And that's what happened. So he's done videos where he has heat gunned the beard off. Not really. So he's heat gunned the beard off, and that was a lot of fun. And time-lapsed that. And I think it's in my video last year that would have gone out around daylight savings. This is being a tricky sucker. There we go. No. What have you gone around? Don't want you going through that. Don't you? Oh, God. I wanted to stay away from the bell, so the bell jangles freely. Sometimes easier said than done. Okay. Now I need to tie it off. Haha. I might tie it off without you on camera, without recording. Because it's too tricky to talk and work. I was going to say I have some needles here. They're not necessarily ideal for this prototype, but they might give me an idea of whether or not it would work. Oh, they're sharp. It's whether or not this would fit in the needle head. No, definitely not in that, but it might fit in one of the others. That needle that I was just using is one of those with the split head where you can snap it down over the top of the needle, or you can thread it through the eye. I think they call it a easy something, easy needle thread. Look, I have a fob with a little gentle bell. It's kind of cool. I don't know. I mean, I'd bought the beads with the intention of fobs. I didn't want it too heavy. There is a fair bit of weight in that, in the stone, and then that bead, the large bead, is reasonably heavy as well. From the idea of a fob, though, I think that's okay. They are tricky. They really, really are. There's just no getting around that. It's tricky to do. My knots, they're much looser than I would have wanted them. But I think there's a degree of give in that it will be secure. Now, where did I put my magnets? Alright, let me show you the magnets. And try not to send everything flying here. Pliers, pliers, pliers. Out of the way, out of the way. The magnets are sticking to my ruler, just on the edge here. Okay. These will slide. That is well and truly stuck there. So there's one. I have no idea what I'm doing. Yep. Make sure the magnets come off so that the top one comes off as it's meant to do. So don't click them together, they will break. So there's that dual which way is up kind of thing. That's cool. That one comes off. That's excellent. It does come out a little bit more than I would like. I could have used a smaller magnet maybe, but it's okay. My dragonfly. Does my dragonfly work? It does. I might need to smooth those off. They're a little bit rougher than I expected. But that works. It's really pretty. My dragonfly, it's all blingy. I have to say, I bought these because I liked them, not because I was thinking they could do for any genre. So again, this is the one with the mottled uneven back, and that works really well there. It's just the magnet is down where the plant pot is, and then this is the last one. That's my book. And again, go away, I'm busy with the cat ears, sorry. Go away, I'm busy with the cat ears. So, Coverminders, look, you were with me when I made them. That, I really loved that one. The back came off that really well. As in, that's nice and smooth, and it's just on the head. Needles, needles, needles. Let's get the needles out again. Let's see if they stick. That's it. Interesting. Not quite on. Ooh, that one's really good. Not brilliant. Nope. That one's pretty good on top. Where's the magnet? Some of the needles stick lighter than others. Okay. But they actually hold. That one's not brilliant. They hold. That one holds really, really lightly. That's not as good as I was hoping it might be. I mean, it holds it, but it's not really strong. Whereas some of these, like, that's good. And it will fall behind. Where did that go? Oh, it flew over here. Wow. This one actually holds quite firmly. I can feel the magnet. I'm saying this one, and you can't see what the heck I'm doing. Hang on. Let me... There we go. So this one works really well. That actually connects quite well onto that needle minder. I'm really happy with that one. This one is quite good. I can feel the resistance as well. This one is quite good. I can feel lots of resistance there. This one has enough. This one, not so much. But some of the needle minders that you would buy would be better than others. That one's got a little bit of stick. It will hold your needle to the point where it gives it a place to focus. My needle went flying there. I'm going to have to go collect it before I step on it. Or Sophie steps on it because she doesn't wear shoes. It will hold your needle in place. There's no there's no ifs about that. But as you'd know, if you've got Coverminders and you've tried them with needles, some stick better with the needles than others. And I don't trust my needle minders with my needles, so I actually thread it through the material. So for any length of time, I'll thread it through. But some of these are actually really quite good. So I think what I will be doing is I will be giving this fob and this little plant, I think they're fairly neutral, and they can go together as a little gift for the smalls exchange. And stay tuned for where the Coverminders are going to go. I'm really pleased with the outcome of that. This one I just need to select the smaller magnets because these are too big. I want them less visible, and I want them maybe in a position that you can lay the needle into it and it will stick on the magnet behind it. That actually could work like that. Yeah, that could actually work like that. Let's go with that. So, blob of glue. And behind yon birdie, I don't know if it'll stick enough. This is where the activator might come in more useful. Because that's still wet. Let's see, here we go. I'll just hold it there. No, still not doing it. There is an activator solution you can use that instantly sticks it. No, it's still moving. And I wouldn't have to hold it then, so that would be some of the best bits of it. That really isn't holding, but if I let go of that now, it's going to stick to something I don't want it to stick to. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, I mean, you can see how easy it is to make Coverminders. I mean, these things as brooches are really, really pretty. They're not going to be copyrighted, but some of these cartoony ones may be copyrighted, so just to be careful with buying some of those, particularly on the prettier ones. Like I've got Yodas, I've got Harry Potters and things like that. Anything that you think an artist may have created may be subject to copyright, so you may get stung if you try selling them, that's all I'm saying. So yeah, just be careful if that's something that you want to do, and do dispose of these carefully. There are pins in these, so be careful with the floor, dropping bits on the floor. Those pins are reasonably sharp. They, you know, they pierce clothing. The brooch pins pierce clothing. So yeah, just be careful with those. You may want to keep the backs. Always lose the backs of these pins. You may want to keep the backs in some kind of stock and just dispose of the actual stick pin. You know, it's up to you. They are always useful. I think I've got some hope of it sticking. It's just whether or not. Yeah, see, it's just too. It's just not right for that one. I'll work it out, and we'll see how we go. Yeah, but look at something a bit different, and the main thing was get this gift out of the way. Now I've got to wrap it. I may even use some kind of organza bag and then make it pretty and all of that kind of thing. I've got some very pretty organza bags like these that I can put it into, and then I think there's some Hessian bags even from the Black Needle Society that I can then put it into so it's hidden as to what it might contain. And I think what you end up doing is whoever's put sees their small gift in it, they then get their name drawn and they get to go up to the table and they get to choose what gift they like. So it could be a little hand-stitched scissor fob, could be fobs like this. I think one of the other girls says that she makes this kind of thing. It could be you know, anything that you would use for stitching, crafting, but they're supposed to be small. They're not supposed to be big items at all. So I'm expecting a scissor fob, a pin cushion kind of thing. And the scissor fobs with the little pin cushion kind of tags, they're actually quite handy because, again, you can stab your needle into one of those near your scissors. And it will keep your scissors, you know, where you need it. And, you know, it's not just something that you lose necessarily. The other thing I would like to do is make a kind of Frogger kind of thing, and I need the bigger needles with these eyes. That's something that I want to play with too. So yeah, there's a bit of that. So yeah, it's been fun taking these out to play with, though. It really has. I actually enjoyed some of the process. It's a little bit brain churning. Yeah, and now I've got to put these somewhere safe. Maybe get a smaller tin that I can keep them in, and yeah, or even keep them on the tray and have it as a display kind of thing. It'd be nice when I actually move into my craft room to be able to display all of these. At the moment they're on the bridge. My butterflies are all on the bridge, and the magnets that Sophie plays with are over here as well. But it would be kind of cool to actually have them on display like fridge magnets, or, you know, just get a steel plate, or, you know, the steel baking tray has been, you know, perfect. And I can just shove them to the side now that I've kind of got it worked out. Yeah, but I'll go tidy up. Let's say Marcus is shaving. I may put in a before and after if he's taken pictures. If you're interested in seeing my bearded weirdo. And yeah, I'll leave it to it. Yes, I'm not sure. I will be editing this. I will be taking out some of the silent struggling of my brain, or I might speed it up. I'm not sure how much is going to be on camera or off camera, depending on where I was fiddling with things. And if I need to, I'll go back and fill in some bits. But I hope you've enjoyed something a little bit different from me, you know, with the whole creating. And I apologize if my thinking got a little bit heavy with where Selma kind of took me about thinking about just how we treated each other not so long ago, and how it still perpetuates. Yeah. Alright, I'll let you go. Take care, and I will see you around on the tubes. Bye for now. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand.